work that I'm working on is called three-point manifold, and I'm actually trying to work on a theory of manifold, but I'm not illustrating mathematics. I'm taking it into account as subject matter. This is to tell you how manifolds work. Now, implied in this work is this movement, but I don't want to illustrate or copy or anything. I'm trying to imply it. This is called angular momentum, and this is the pattern of things that everything in the universe moves on. And it's kind of like a spinning tops, but you just see the motion from the top. These are understanding through prime partitions the possible way that I saw in my mind's eye that particles would move through each other and reform to make new elements. And again, they're all golden section. They're all about nature, but nature as understood mathematically. And this one's called Archimedes. This is one of my favorite people in all of history is Archimedes. And this again is the movement, the orbit of a planetary movement. And that's all sacred geometry.
Again, not a circle, but an ellipse.
No, that's right. No circles. I started art school on Saturdays when I was very young in Montreal. A teacher took me to École des Beaux-Arts on Saturday, and so for a long time I just had a very standard 300 years behind the time art background. As I kind of got to be 13 or 14, I wondered exactly what I was doing in art school and if that was what I really wanted to do, because École des Beaux-Arts ended, and I found myself very interested in science as well. I had good teachers all the way along, and those teachers kept pointing me toward Black Mountain College. Shortly after I got there, a mathematician who was there, a wonderful mathematician named Max Dane, he said, well, I'll teach you mathematics for artists. And I was like a dry sponge, as soon as I began to learn about mathematics, and this was higher mathematics, not the kind of stuff you get in high school, I couldn't believe how magic and amazing it was, and how it was just like, I don't know, it was like alchemy. Well, this is the 70s, and so the thinking was over, under, and through. So this is tar over the surface of paper that's been folded, cut, and torn in various ways. This is crude oil. And the crude oil was placed on top of the paper in various ways. Of course, none of it's arbitrary. And I mean, the markings become arbitrary, but there's a concept behind it all. And this all had to do with set theory, trying to work out for myself what the function of a particular set would be, what comprised a set, and how could a set vary. I was trying to identify for myself the nature of an object, which is what I've been doing all my life and I'm still doing.